Hey guys, welcome back to your Heroclix headquarters. So you guys asked for a top 5 Storm figures, and that's what we're going to cover today. Now my usual rules for top 5 lists are just covering the basic versions of a character, so in this case we're not going to talk about the Mjolnir wielding Storm or the Prime possessed Storm. As great as those are, they'd probably be like number 1 and number 2 on the list. But we're just going to talk about normal Storm today. So without further ado, do you know what happens to a Heroclix figure when it gets struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. Alright, so starting us off at number 5 is actually 2 figures. You might think that's cheating a little bit, but there is a reason, so let me explain. These are both from the Marvel 10th Anniversary set. We'll start looking at the common one first. So she starts with a trait, Battlefield Promotion, Storm. When Storm hits one or more opposing characters after actions resolve, place a promotion token on this character card. You may then roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled and add 1 for each promotion token on this character card. On a result of 8 or higher, you may replace this character with the rare version Storm on the same click number. So for that reason, this Storm can actually turn into this Storm. I love both of them. So starting off looking at this one's dial, as you can see, she's got Flight, a 9 movement with Stealth, a 10 attack, a 17 defense, and a 3 damage with Range Combat Expert with that 8 range. Now she's only 59 points, and she's got the X-Men team ability. I just always loved using this one. This is one of my first Storms I ever got, and you know, using her to carry up a friendly character with like Enhancement or Perplex or something, parking her in Stealth, and then she's got that 8 range Combat Expert. She could shoot somebody for 5 by herself or 6 with a little bit of support there, which is pretty crazy for a character under 60 points to do with very little help. And then of course they actually made Range Combat Expert better, where you could then increase their attack if you wanted to, so you could have a better chance of getting those promotion tokens if you wanted to turn her into the other Storm. So she's pretty awesome. Then taking a look at the rare version, one thing I wanted to note was that she actually has Avengers and Fantastic Four keywords, which we don't really get on a lot of Storms. We might now that the rights have finally gone back, but it's pretty nice to be able to play her on those teams. And then she's got this cool trait, Royal Duo. If a friendly character named Black Panther is adjacent to Storm, they both modify defense +1, if not already modified by this effect. So it's pretty nice if you play her with Black Panther to get that +1 to defense, because she does have a special defense power that she can use Super Senses, and when she has no action tokens, she can use Energy Shield Deflection and Force Blast as a free action. She's 98 points though, so she is pretty expensive, but she's pretty well defended as long as she doesn't have any tokens on her. So we'll just take a quick look at her. Another reason she's on my list is because this is probably my favorite sculpt for Storm. Definitely in the top 3, I'd say. That Tornado and that Lightning Bolt are just so awesome. Looking at her dial though, she's got a 10 movement with Running Shot, a 7 range double target with a 10 attack Penetrating Blast for 3 damage with that Leadership, and then she's got 17 defense with that special defense power. So her stats aren't super crazy awesome, but she is a very solid figure, and that's why they're both going to come in at number 5. Alright, and coming in at number 4, we have Storm from the new X-Men Regenesis event. So she's pretty cool looking on that nice blue dial there. So we'll take a look at her card. She has a trait, Cyclops was right. At the beginning of the game, if Storm is part of a Utopia theme team, replace this character card with the 0.1 version. So we'll take a look at that in a second. So she's got a cool trait that for a free action she can choose Force Blast or Sidestep, and she can use that until the end of your turn. And then on her attack power, she has free, make a ranged attack targeting a single opposing character that she knocked back this turn. That character must still be within range and line of fire. So it's really cool to pick Force Blast and knock somebody back and then get a free attack off on them. Opening up her card, we can see what we get for the 0.1 version if you play her on a Utopia named theme team. Basically, her trait just becomes Force Blast and Sidestep. You don't have to choose. So playing her on a Utopia theme makes her a little bit better, but she's still good enough on her own. She doesn't really need that. You know, you can still choose either one you need. Sidestep to reposition, or get that Force Blast to try and make 2 attacks. And then we'll take a look at her dial here. She's got a 6 range, 10 movement Running Shot, 10 attack, 17 Energy Shield Deflection, and 3 damage with the X-Men team ability. And you can play her at 70 or 50 points. I prefer the 50-point line because you know, you're losing 1 square of movement. which isn't going to matter for your running shot. She's still going to running shot for 5. All in all, she's a really solid figure, so she's going to come in at number 4. And coming in at my number 3 pick, I have here the Fast Forces Storm from X-Men the Animated Series. Again, I love this sculpt. You know, gotta love the animated series. It looks so good in person. I love it. But then taking a look at what she can do. So she's got a trait Hunted and on the Run. Friendly characters that are adjacent or have the X-Men keyword can use the Mystics team ability when attacked by a character with a giant or colossal size. So that's pretty awesome. Every character that was in this Fast Forces had a trait similar to that. I think this is the best one, giving them Mystics, because if you get like Colossal Retaliated on, then, you know, doing that Mystics damage will kill them, so that's pretty awesome. Then she's got this awesome movement power that's running shot and sidestep, and then we can take a look at the back of her card. She's got a 7 range with double target, and the X-Men team ability, of course. So for 70 points, she's got the 8 movement with that running shot sidestep combo, 11 attack with energy explosion, 17 with energy shield, and 3 damage with leadership. And then at 50 points, it's all the same, except she has a 10 attack with the energy explosion. And then she got that nice sidestep range combat expert there at the end of her dial. So, you know, all in all, she's pretty solid. She's really strong Storm. I love that 7 range double target with the energy explosion. So she's going to come in at number 3. And then coming in at my number 2 pick here, we have the super rare from the old Giant Size X-Men set. This one is also such an amazing sculpt. If the rare one in my number 5 pick wasn't the best Storm sculpt, then this one has to be. It's so cool, all that lightning everywhere. So we'll take a quick look at her card to see what she can do. Pretty much basic powers, but she does have this one awesome special on her damage, that when Storm occupies outdoor terrain, you can modify her damage and range values by +1, and she possesses 2 targets. So that's pretty awesome. If we take a closer look at her dial here, we can see there that she's got a 10 movement with flight and running shot, a 10 attack with telekinesis, a 17 with energy shield, and 3 damage with a 9 range. And she is only 86 points. She's got the X-Men team ability there too. So the really cool thing about her, for 86 points, she's got that 10 movement, flight, and running shot. If she's outdoor, she's going to have a 10 range with 2 targets and a 4 damage. Which is just an incredibly long reach and damage for the points, I feel like. And that telekinesis is going to be able to help your team out a lot. And yeah, I think she's just a really solid version of Storm, really able to bring the pain. She can still help out the team with the TK if you need to. And the sculpt is just beautiful. So for all those reasons, she's going to be coming in at number 2. Before we get to our number 1 pick, we're going to take a quick look at some honorable mentions. So starting us off here, we have the Common Storm from the Uncanny X-Men. She looks pretty nice there, pretty cool. What I really like about her is that she's only 50 points and that she has this special attack power where she can use Smoke Cloud as a free action. She's got the X-Men team ability. She's got a trait, all new, all different X-Men, that a lot of X-Men in that set had, which is a unique modifier. When this character is healed by the X-Men team ability, modify its combat values except damage by +1 until your next turn. So that's pretty nice if you manage to heal her to get +1 to her stats. She's not really an attacker, so it's not really worth it, but she does also start with that Perplex there. And then taking a look at her dial, you can see she's got some flight with that stealth, 6 range, 10 attack, 17 defense, and 2 damage with that Perplex. So really, just to fly around in stealth, create a free smoke cloud, and have some Perplex, and of course X-Men team ability. She's a really good team player. I like her a lot for the points. Then moving on, we have the Rare Storm from the Xavier School set. She's really awesome. Again, super awesome sculpt here, flying around in that battle pose. Now, she doesn't quite make the list because, as awesome as she looks, she's really more of a supporting character, and I'll show you why. So this was our first Storm to get the Wakanda keyword, but they didn't really do anything with it. So she's got a trait, Headmaster X-Men, which gives her leadership and Perplex, but only to target another friendly character with the X-Men keyword. And then during force construction, you may include a student ID on your force without adding its cost. So that gives you a 3-point student ID card for Collins, which is just a nice little add-on there to get 3 points for free. And then she has a special on her movement, which gives her Passenger 3, but only to carry characters with the X-Men keyword. And then we'll take a quick look at her dial there. 6 range, 9 movement flight with that special to carry 3, 10 attack with TK, 17 with willpower, and 2 damage. So really she's just a taxi to carry 3 of your people up, and then maybe you use your willpower to TK somebody. You can push her to the sidestep and range combat expert if you want. But really, you know, she brings a lot to the team for 50 points. She's got leadership, perplex, and all that ability to carry and move your people around is pretty nice. And then finally here we have the X-Men Deep Cuts Unpainted Storm. So as you can see here, this one is already painted though. I did paint this one myself. I think she turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with her. I actually do have an extra one here if you want to see. That's what she looked like before, just all gray. I haven't opened this one yet. I might do another one, maybe in a black costume like the rest of these. She's got a trait, Extinction Team. When Storm hits once per turn, modify attack +1 on all friendly characters with the Utopia keyword this turn. And on her special defense power, she has Storm and adjacent friendly characters that share a keyword with her can use energy shield deflection. But so much like my number 5 pick there, she's got stealth, she's got some range combat expert, she's got that X-Men team ability, that awesome defense power that gives adjacent friendly characters energy shield deflection. So she is really great. But those are all my honorable mentions for now. On to our number 1 storm. And the goddess of all storms is the OP Kit Storm. She's the queen of Wakanda, so she's going to be super awesome. She's got the Wakanda X-Men and Ruler keywords. She's got this awesome trait, Clouds to shield our approach, Passenger 3, but only to carry characters she shares a keyword with. And then friendly characters within 3 squares that share a keyword with her can use Stealth. So not only can she carry 3 characters, but she can give all friendly characters within 3 squares of her Stealth, which is super awesome. And then she's got this great special defense power that she can use Super Senses. And when Storm is missed by an attack after resolutions, you may knock the attacker back 2 squares. So that's really awesome. If they try to charge up on her while she's in Stealth and they miss, then you can knock them back. And as you can see by her dial, she's got an awesome 12 attack with a 9 movement, flight, and running shot, and that 7 range, 18 defense with that Super Sense special, and a 3 damage with leadership. So yeah, like I said, you know, she's got that stealth special, which helps out the team a lot. And she's a great attacker with a running shot, 7 range, and 12 attack. And even on her last click there, she actually goes up to a 4 damage, which is pretty crazy. And I actually love using her on the Earth X Wakanda map. You know, it's kind of thematic because she's the Queen of Wakanda, but it lets her reroll her Super Senses, so you have that extra chance to dodge out of an attack and knock people back a few squares from you, which is great. But yeah, I love this Storm a lot. I've used her a ton. She makes a great support figure and a great attacker. She's, I'd say, just shy of perfection. If she had the X-Men team ability, would be amazing. But she's still super awesome, and she's going to be my number 1 Storm. Alright, so that's going to do it for this top 5 list. If you like this list, make sure you leave a like for me, and let me know in the comments what your favorite Storm figures are, and if there's any characters that you would like me to cover in my next top 5 list. And don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss a video from us. But until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.